Welcome back to Grow Joyfully. Well, it's Monday, another week. It's a different kind of day today. It's a little bit overcast, as you can see. The last 2 days we've had some windstorms and a little bit of rain. On Saturday night, we had gone out to our oldest son's house to enjoy their company. And when we got home, electricity had been out for quite a while. I think it ended up being out for at least 3 or 4 hours. That's the longest we've ever had to go. So believe me, I have been going back over the things that I have for such an emergency. LED lights, lanterns, whatever. A battery-operated fan because it's warm and we didn't have the AC. So I have a lot of things in my mind that I want to get over this next year to be able to make things more comfortable and secure. But the power finally did come back on during the night and we were just fine. So it's something to think about in your preparation journey. Do you have in your house, easy to reach, things that will make you and your family more secure and safe and comfortable? So that's something to think about. As you saw in the first of the video, I had a whole bunch more blackberries that were ready, and I got them all picked, and they're just so beautiful. Been standing out here working, and you can see the sunshine, and all of a sudden you'll feel raindrops all over your head, so it's kind of strange weather. There's a lot to do today. Of course, I didn't do anything yesterday out in the garden. I didn't even get to the garden to look at it and admire it because I stayed in the house and cleaned and cleaned and cleaned. You know, during the summer, there's just places in your house that you've neglected because you're outside. You're working in your garden constantly. So yesterday, I got a few of those things done. Believe me, there's a lot more, but that will do for now. So I know that I will have beans to pick and cucumbers, and I'm wanting to cut down the cane here to this blackberry that is not feeling well. I'm quite nervous about it. The rest of it looks pretty healthy, but this end here is not doing well. If I have to, I will take off a leaf and a stem that's sick and take it down to the extension office to see if they can tell me what's bothering my beautiful blackberry. So I have all the paths weed-eated, which makes the enjoyment of this garden 10 times better. And things are just growing beautifully. I'm just so proud of this cabbage. It has some holes from the cabbage moth, but all in all, it's huge. I should probably take it in pretty soon so it doesn't split. I've got a few other ones planted here and there. This lettuce here is pretty much done, so I will take that out, feed a tiny bit to the rabbit and more to the chickens, and then put the rest in the compost. I've never grown lima beans before, and this is a very interesting experiment. Does anyone know if lima beans are what they call butter beans? Because I love butter beans, and they look the same to me, but I don't know if they are. So if you have any information on this, please put it in the comment section below. I'm really hoping that these lima beans are what they call butter beans. Big old white, delicious beans. So they're looking pretty healthy. In just the 2 days that I haven't been out here, well, really a day and a half, I can't believe how things have grown. Because it did rain a little bit, and I've been watering carefully, and I fertilized again, and it looks pretty good. This light Armenian cucumber is settling in better, and it looks like the tomatoes are too. They have been so slow to take off. See, here's another example of how strong volunteer plants do. This cucumber is a volunteer, and it's just growing incredibly. All the ones that I put in, that I have my little seedlings that I grew in the greenhouse, they struggle. They don't do as well. So next year, I don't know. I'd really like to try to put pepper seeds straight in the ground, maybe even before the ground is warm enough, and then as things warm up gradually, they'll start growing. That may not work, but it's an idea. The cucumber walls are amazing. This one has only had a couple of cucumbers, but they are the muncher variety, and they are so good to eat right there on the spot. More chocolate sprinkles tomatoes are ripening up. I haven't even eaten one yet. I've given him to my husband. That's how much I love him. It is now time for me to have one. Clean it off on my shirt here. Aren't they pretty little things? The coloring is just amazing. Green, red, orange, brown. I love these things. Okay, there's summer. Absolutely the taste of summer. Well worth the wait. I need to take down the hummingbird feeder and clean it out again and fill it again. They really keep this one busy. I found a few blueberries. These poor things are struggling so bad. The 3 that I have right here have been growing here for at least 15 years. And we're keeping cardboard on this part. And I want to get weed fabric down. I'm really thinking that instead of grapes, I would like to plant at least 8 more blueberry bushes. This one's fairly new, and it died. I don't know why. I got tired of them all dying, so I put this one in a big pot. Part of it has died right here. So I'm going to have to brush up on how to grow blueberries better. Kind of a pathetic harvest. We've had 2 others just this size, but we'll take what we can get. I got my True Organic liquid fertilizer. I bought 3 of them. Hopefully it's going to last me the rest of the season and then some. So I'll have to read up on how to use it. I'm pretty excited to be able to use a liquid version instead of the slow release that I have. And I also got my jute. I use so much jute tying things up, especially my tomatoes. Time to tie up some of the cucumber wall and see if my poor eyes can see any of them here. What a challenge. I'm going to work on this side first with the muncher cucumbers, and hopefully I can find one. Then I'll get some of them tied up and see how we're doing over here. I just fertilized them too on Saturday. Look right here. I'm going to pick it this small. They do have little pokies on them, but I'll rub those off, and then I'm going to eat that thing right here in the garden. They are the crunchiest, yummiest little cucumbers you've ever seen. And the brand is Muncher. I can't remember if I got them from M.I. Gardner or Baker Creek. I'm pretty sure it was M.I. Gardner. The smell of this cucumber is amazing. Listen how crunchy they are. Amazing. They're not growing as well as the pickling cucumbers. I did want a lot of pickling cucumbers to sell and to use for myself to make pickles. But I wanted to also sell some muncher cucumbers, and I don't know if we'll get that many. I'll probably just eat them all. Okay, the muncher side of the cucumber wall is all tied up. And I hope that they will produce more and more and more and more. Such a yummy, yummy cucumber. Now I'm on this wild side over here. I see 2 up there. Oh, wow. See, if I turn my back, they get too big because I want to keep them all small. Maybe I'll just do 1 jar with the bigger ones in. I still have quite a few pickles from last year, so I'm trying to pick them as small as I can to see how they turn out, to see if they're crunchier. Because I mostly in the past have pickled the larger ones, and they're not as crunchy as they should be. I've also pickled a lot of the pale Armenian cucumbers, and they do not do well pickling. They're delicious to eat in salads or just fresh, but not pickling. Here's a pretty one. I always take off the blossom and put them in a bowl of cold water in the refrigerator out in the garage until I can get a big enough batch to pickle them. Here's one. I hear a hummingbird above my head. Of course, if I try to lift the camera up and film it, it'll be gone. Yes, it's gone. Here's one more medium to small size. I'm going to go get that into the bowl in the garage so they can stay nice and crisp. Here's another one. My mom used to put alum in with it. Do any of you do that? It's supposed to keep the pickles nice and crisp. Also, I read that if you put a grape leaf in the top of your jar before you process it, that will help you keep it crisp too. If you have any suggestions and any ideas, please let me know down in the comment section below. I found a couple more that are hiding back here. There's one here, and one there. Here's some more. That is a nice little harvest, and I think I better get busy this afternoon and make up a batch of dill pickles. This has been a good harvest today. I went to throw some of the lettuce out that was going to seed, and I was just going to throw over the fence to the chickens, but never do that because I ended up feeding and watering all the chickens and animals. I went into the pasture garden and put some water on a bunch of things, and then look what I found. A fasciated blossom, Thorburns terracotta, a holy myrrh that I'm going to let finish ripening in the house, a very ripe flame orange, another one, chocolate sprinkles, some other little ones, and the cute little icicle tomatoes, more Thorburns, and some zucchini. So this has been a great harvest day. Now I've just got to get it all in the house. I need to go in and eat. It's 2 o'clock. It's been a great day, but time to take care of myself. I got so many things watered, fertilized, and tied up and harvested. Have a great day, and we'll see you on the next video. Thanks for stopping by.